Heroes, the Marquette Maritime Museum, and WZMQ 19.
Watch my reports from Delta County only on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, disagreement on renewable energy legislation, why some Republicans in Lansing are concerned about the push for more renewable energy sources in the state. Plus, veterans sharing their stories through art. The special exhibit at Escanava's Boniface Arts Center, More Than a Uniform. And getting a head start on winter sports, we're checking out how the Ishpeming Ski Club practices even before the snow flies. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Well, it was a little hotter today than I thought it was going to be. It's like we're getting one last shot of summer before things really start to cool down.
You bet. My gosh, it was muggy out there. Y'all, we actually broke a record, 83 degrees out at the National Weather Service. I don't think we're going to be as hot as we were today, but that could, of course, change. We will be warm tomorrow as well, but our letter today, M, for mostly clear skies, mild temperatures, and then we've got some murky fog on the way. I've got your 7-day outlook as well as your MSHS homecoming forecasts after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. A home is considered uninhabitable after a fire yesterday afternoon in the city of Iron Mountain. At approximately 3:15 p.m., the Iron Mountain Fire Department responded to a house fire at 840 East F Street. First responders were on the scene within a few minutes and found heavy fire on the first floor and the space between the ceiling and second floor. Briding Township Fire was even called in to assist. Fire crews searched the home as one resident was unaccounted for at the time. That person was later reported safe at a different location. No injuries were reported. The fire remains under investigation. In Lansing, legislation on renewable energy is being worked on in the state Senate. As hearings are held, Republicans are voicing concerns about its reliability. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy reports.
The Clean Energy Future Plan was introduced by Senate Democrats, led by Senator Sam Singh, back in April. The bill package includes legislation that would set a goal of 100% clean energy by 2040, modernize the Public Service Commission that regulates state utilities, and expand energy waste reduction programs.
We want to be able to take a look at all types of energy and make sure that it's the least carbon impacting, and so that's really the plan here. And we think there's a way to do that in a way that's reliable, but it's also cost effective.
As hearings continue, Senator Sam Singh from Michigan's 28th district says it's been a thoughtful process as one of the leaders working on the plan. But Republicans on the other side of the legislature are concerned that the new energy sources won't be as reliable as Democrats say.
Anybody that's been paying attention to the woes that have been happening down in Texas this summer with ERCOT and their constant battle of trying to keep the lights on.
The 108th House District Representative Dave Preston says that with his constituents in the UP, he thinks ensuring a reliable base load with best available technology should be the priority.
Texas has a thriving renewable generation supply, but the fact of the matter is with the temperature extremes and the amount of people that live down there, it's not reliable enough to keep the lights on.
But Senator Singh says if passed, up to $5 billion of federal funding could become available, which Democrats say would pay for the construction of necessary infrastructure to ensure reliability.
We want to make sure that the laws are fair. We want to make sure that we're looking at reliability, but we also want to be able to pull down these federal dollars because it'll help us make this transition.
Representative Preston says that he's not against introducing more renewable energy, but that we need to move forward slowly and in a balanced way to ensure the technology can flourish before it can move into a more sustainable pattern. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Senator Singh says the Clean Energy Future Plan will most likely see a few final substitutes before it's put to a vote in the Senate and then handed over to the House for revisions. A new exhibit at the Boniface Arts Center in Escanaba showcases the work of veterans, service members, and their loved ones. More Than a Uniform highlights a side of veterans not always seen, allowing them to express their creativity. The gallery's director says the exhibit also gives service members a chance to share stories they may have never told before.
I'm beyond thrilled that we get to offer this to the community, but also that the artists are opening themselves up. A lot of these pieces are very personal. It's a testament to what they've been through and where they are hoping to go, both artistically and personally.
The More Than a Uniform continues through November 2nd. Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, hear from one of the veterans featured in the exhibit about how his service impacts his art. This is home, and we may be a couple months away from the winter, but it's not too early for sports practices. And right now, the Ishpeming Ski Club is preparing their skis for fall practices at Suicide Hill. And that is where we find WZMQ's Mitchell Reif. Mitch, how's it going out there?
Hey Sarah, good evening. Welcome to the Ishpeming Ski Club. You're right, the Ishpeming Ski Club is starting their fall practice here, but the vice president is joining me in a little bit here. He's mentioned that artificial turf is actually the way they practice during the summer. He actually mentions that the summer weather is a lot more predictable than the winter weather. Peter, if you want to step on in here, you're more than welcome to. He actually just showed up here. Pete, give us a little bit of an insight into what summer practice kind of feels like. It's a little different than winter, if you will.
Oh, geez, you think you'd have a break, you know? The winters are so long, to have some time off at the beach, but no, it's a great time to train. The conditions are consistent. We don't have to worry about, you know, grooming snow or plowing snow or getting things ready. It's not too cold for the kids. It's just a great time to train, so we do it.
How are you mowing the grass when the hill is just that vertical?
Well, I mean, we have some hills that are winter jumping only. Those are the ones that have grass on it. And then we have some that are just, they have plastic turf on them. So we have 5 hills, and the mosquitoes are friendly out here. We have 3 of our 5 hills that have artificial turf, and those are just like plastic, like AstroTurf. We turn the sprinklers on, it's slippery like snow and ice, and off we go.
You mentioned it kind of feels the same or a little bit similar to you know, the rest of the winter feel.
Yeah, it's like the real thing. It's I mean, there's some subtle differences. It's hard to turn on the turf like it is with snow. You know, you can kind of turn and stop. You can't really do that on the artificial turf. But other than that, it's phenomenal. It's consistent, and we can train year round.
All right, awesome.
So,
Pete,
yeah,
thank you so much.
No problem.
Sarah, we'll have a little bit more of the visuals tonight at 11:10 Central. But for now, I'm Mitchell Reif reporting live for WZMQ 19 News.
All right, Mitchell, thank you very much. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, the Cover 2 hockey season is just around the corner, and Luke Giardi has a preview of what to expect from NMU's and Michigan Tech's teams this year. And later, Ukraine's president is in Washington asking lawmakers for more aid in Ukraine's war with Russia. We're live in Washington. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know, we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
6 teams of buddies get the chance to compete with their best friends.
Ain't nothing gonna stop us right now.
It will challenge their bonds and their competitive spirits.
What makes us strong is all of us.
I am so lucky to have the bonds that we have.
They can throw anything at us. Ain't gonna make us any weaker.
This game's getting real.
A new Buddy Games with Josh Duhamel tonight, 9/8 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Shop hundreds of lazy boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
It's Boots and Knives Month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. With the purchase of an engagement ring, you'll get your choice of a Rapid River hunting knife or a certificate to go towards a pair of Red Wing boots.
Richardson Jewelers.
Come on down to Outdoor Man, where our camping department is intense.
Set it up in 30 seconds flat. And take it down even faster.
And we're always family friendly.
We found a bear cub in here. Been nice knowing you, Baxter.
Outdoor Man is open for business on Last Man Standing.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
We are still toasty out there, especially in these central locations. 82 down there in Iron Mountain, 81 in Marquette. Everyone else a little bit cooler, but still warm out there and a little bit muggy, which we will see continuing into Saturday afternoon before we drop on down for official fall, right? That's that first day of fall. Tonight, though, that mostly clear skies. We'll expect that fog to continue. Could be very dense into the morning as well. We'll see mostly sunny skies and then some chances of showers and thunderstorms later on in the afternoon. Those temperatures warm again. And then for the evening, partly to mostly cloudy skies, chances of showers continuing to polka dot the UP. Let's take a look at what's been happening the past couple of hours over our area here. Some sprinkles here and there over in the west and east sides of the UP as we zoom on in. Maybe some heavy storms here in the southwest corner there of Marquette County. Even a chance of thunder, it looks like. As we make our way into this evening, like I said, we could see those sprinkles continue, but we'll see likelier heavy showers on our Friday night. So in the morning, though, we'll see the showers down here in the southeast corner along Lake Michigan, and then things kind of clearing out as far as the land is concerned until 4 p.m. Should be fairly dry for the east half of the UP. Maybe a thunderstorm down there near Iron River, Crystal Falls area, but check this out. Ontonagon and Gogebic counties could see some really heavy precipitation there as it makes its way over to Lake Superior, and then even further up north could see that also. 7 a.m. on Saturday, we'll have mostly cloudy skies to start, and then things kind of clearing out for that sunshine. Again, chances of showers are possible on our Saturday, but the evening is looking mostly clear. All right, let's take a look at what's happening for our morning tomorrow. We'll expect temperatures in that 50-degree range, close to 55 degrees, that fog, and then sunshine taking over. Very slim chance of your student needing that umbrella, but you might want to send it just in case. Get them used to carrying that with them. And then we've got homecoming, the parade starting at 5:30 near Gray Verret on Hewitt Street. We'll expect temperatures around 72 degrees, partly sunny skies before some clouds move in later on. For everybody, though, in the UP, we'll expect temperatures in that 70-degree range. A little bit of fog over here in Sault Ste. Marie, temperatures in the 60s there. And then Friday night lights, friends. Yeah, it's back. MSHS is hosting Sault Ste. Marie for their homecoming gang. Kickoff, I believe, starts at 6. It'll be about 71. And then, like I said, we could have chances of showers about 15% later on in that evening. Our 7-day outlook for Marquette. First day of fall, I'll take this forecast. Some fog in the morning, partly sunny skies, fairly dry conditions with a whole lot of sunshine next week.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We are talking with Ishpeming's mayor about some new state funding the city has received for infrastructure repairs and more. That conversation is just 2 minutes away.
Buckle's Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Someday your son's gonna test you. It's gonna force you to make a decision. A man must stand with his people. Now we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
Tonight, work without pay, the real-life consequences of a federal government shutdown. Then, could your favorite TV show soon return? The latest on the Hollywood writer's strike. And is the lithium in this lake an economic lifeline or a health threat to neighbors on the CBS Evening News?
When two celebrity-led teams
What is this?
face off
It's a Harley-drawn swan.
in a game of quick draw,
1, 2, 3, shoot!
it's fast-paced family fun for all. Pictionary. Every weekday.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
Reports indicate that a typical consumer has access to a total of approximately $19,000 in credit card debt. And during this economic crisis, many consumers are now using 80% or more of their credit card limit. Using this example, you can see why consumers are getting into trouble. Consumers that owe $15,000 on their credit cards with today's average interest rate simply cannot get ahead.
This could be the most important call you will ever make. So make the call now.
This is home for CBS. WZMQ 19.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on Insights, there's been a lot of developments recently in the city of Ishpeming, from funding to replace some infrastructure to pension payments. Joining us tonight is Ishpeming's Mayor Jason Chapman. Thanks for coming in, Jason.
Thanks for having me again.
So let's start with this sewer project. $16 million to replace the sewer pipelines. What all is included in that?
Well, what's nice is that $16 million in the revolving fund for the sewer project is approximately up to 25,000 feet of sewer line that we're going to be able to start replacing next year. And what's nice is that'll also allow us to replace some of the roads above that. So that's kind of just the tip of the iceberg right now as to what we're trying to do with our infrastructure in Ishpeming, but $16 million is a pretty significant amount of money to start with.
Yeah, where did that money come from?
So that came from one of the revolving funds that we applied for, and it's nice, you know, it's a match, so we're bonding for some, and then some comes directly from the state.
Okay. And I know at the last city council meeting, some residents showed up and they were very concerned about this very topic, as they were having some like sewage backup in their homes and whatnot. Are you hoping that this project will address some of those issues?
I'm sure hoping that this project will be able to help some of those people over in the neighborhood south of the high school and across the city. We're waiting for Eagle to let us know what areas we have to focus on for next year, but you know, we're hopeful, and the more money we keep going after and receiving, the better our chances of fixing a lot of these problems.
Sure. And what time frame exactly will that start, and what's the city expecting for how long it would last?
We're hoping that it's going to start in the spring of 2024, and we don't quite know how much this is going to take, how long it's going to take and whatnot, but if we can get it to start, you know, right away in the spring, you know, hopefully we can have a lot accomplished by the end of the construction season.
Yeah, that's for sure. You also just got another big chunk of money, almost $2 million for MERS pension payments. I know a lot of UP communities have been struggling with this. How is Ishpeming with that?
Well, Ishpeming has been kind of leading the way on this. We've bonded for a lot of it to get us up towards the high 90%. And now we're, with this 1.7 million, we're almost fully funded. And you know, my belief is that a pension is a promise. So this is going to take care of our current and former employees, and that is has always been a major goal for us on the city council and for our city manager, to make sure that we keep our promise to our employees.
Right, and I know that this will also free up those dollars for other things, because now that money can go toward their people's pensions. What kind of projects are you hoping to be able to focus on now?
Well, I think we're kind of just in the beginning phases in looking, you know, where we can hopefully spend some other money. But, you know, as this came from the state's pension protection program, you know, this is some money we didn't have, so you know, I'm sure down the road we'll feel this savings in other areas.
Sure. Well, really quickly, we want to talk about the coffee hour and community listening session. When is that happening?
So coffee hour is tomorrow, and that's at 1 o'clock at the Ishpeming Senior Center. So Friday the 22nd, I think, 21st. 22nd, yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow the 22nd, yep, 1 o'clock at the Ishpeming Senior Center. We've got a community listening session on Saturday from 2 to 4. That's part of our strategic communications program, and residents will be able to share their impressions, concerns, whatnot. And then we'll be following that up with a State of the City address on the 26th, which will also be at the Ishpeming Senior Center. And we advise residents to please be in their seats by 6 o'clock. And there will be a presentation by city staff and the mayor, myself, and the listening session. And I've asked that RSVPs can still be open today, so people can still RSVP through the evening for that one. And then we also kindly ask that they RSVP for the State of the City as well, to make sure we have enough room for everybody.
All right. Well, Jason, thank you very much for sharing today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Still ahead tonight, the Cover 2. Luke Iardi is here to talk about the upcoming collegiate hockey season. He breaks down the teams at NMU and Michigan Tech. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asks the U.S. for more aid on a visit to Washington today. We're live there in just a few minutes. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. The Marquette chapter of the Alzheimer's Association is looking for a few day of volunteers at the Walk to End Alzheimer's this Saturday, September 23rd. Volunteers will hang signs, hand out t-shirts, and get people registered. Help is needed from 8 to 11 a.m. down at Matson Lower Harbor Park in Marquette. To sign up to be a volunteer for this or check out other opportunities, just head on over to upersunited.com.
We've got a lot of news coming up. The looming threat of a government shutdown. The details tonight about the infighting in Congress over spending bills and why some Americans are worried they'll soon have to work without pay. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Lord God, give us rain and a little luck, and we'll do the rest and survive another season. Amen. Everyone's forgotten who runs this valley.
Just tell me how to fight.
Everyone. All men are bad, but some of us try real hard to be good.
The Yellowstone event continues Sunday on CBS.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar. Everyone loves the Great Lakes. They make you feel like dancing. A great place to celebrate is at Marquette's Maritime Museum, but your help is needed. The museum's roof needs to be replaced to preserve history for future generations. So kick up your heels and help by donating today. Simply go to WZMQ19.com and hit the Raise the Roof link. A public service message from the New Attitudes Dance Studios, the Marquette Maritime Museum, and WZMQ 19.
It's time for the Cover 2. It may be football season, but hockey season is right around the corner, and Luke Iardi is here with the preview. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Sarah. Yeah, you said it. Feels like football season just got here, but we dropped the puck on a new collegiate hockey season in just 16 days. And if the preseason CCHA polls are any indication, it's going to be a great year to be a college hockey fan in the UP. The CCHA coaches and media preseason polls came out Monday, a day before CCHA Media Day was held. Both the coaches and media polls have Michigan Tech at #1, with Northern Michigan closely following in second. In fact, in the coaches poll, Michigan Tech received 4 of the 8 possible first place votes, while the Wildcats received 3. For Michigan Tech, it's clear why they're the favorites to win the CCHA. They return Richter Award finalist and All-American goaltender Blake Pietola in last year's regular season. Pietola gave up just 62 goals in 33 starts in net, good for a .188 goals against average, while pitching 9 shutouts. The Huskies also bring back 2022-2023 CCHA Rookie of the Year Kyle Kukkonen, who led the team with 18 goals, 5 power play goals, and 5 game-winning goals, in addition to tallying 9 assists. After coming up just short in overtime in the CCHA championship game a year ago, Northern Michigan will look to rely on their firepower to finally get over the hump and bring home a conference title in Grant Patolni's 7th season. The Wildcats return forward Andre Gontus, who finished second in the conference in points per game a year ago. Gontus will look to pick up where he finished last year, as he was arguably the best player in the conference over the last 2 months of the season. From February on, Gontus racked up 16 points in 12 games, including 9 goals. The Cats also returned defenseman Josh Zinger, who was named the preseason All-CCHA teams in both polls, and second-year goaltender Benny Halaz, who posted a .232 goals against average and a .919 save percentage a year ago. Tech kicks off their season October 7th at Minnesota Duluth, while NMU drops the puck a week later on October 13th, also in Duluth. And the first time the Cats and Huskies take the ice against each other will be December 8th at the McGinnis Student Ice Arena. Coverage tuned into the Sports Drive weekdays from 3 to 4 p.m. with myself and Tyler Young on Fox Sports Marquette 105.1. 99.9. What an exciting season it should be for UP College hockey fans, Sarah.
And those Tech Northern games are always just a huge event, so I'm sure this year it will be even better.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Luke. Turning now to Washington, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky met with our lawmakers earlier this morning in D.C., trying to reaffirm continued support for Ukraine in the war. Zelensky gave members an update on the war's progress and their plans. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp was there when Zelensky met with lawmakers. Good evening, Rachel.
Good evening, Sarah. So Zelensky met privately with Democratic and Republican members. He said that he told the press that he couldn't go into details as to what those conversations contained, but he did say that he is thankful for the support and hopes that support will continue. But his request comes at a very complicated time in Congress. Walking out of a closed-door meeting with Republican and Democratic senators, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky briefly addresses the press.
We had great dialogue, and I'm very thankful to you, journalists, senators, Congress for helping us, support us. We spoke about so many details, but it will be between us. Sorry.
This is Zelensky's second visit to Congress since the Russian invasion in February of last year. This visit includes meeting with our members, asking for Congress to continue their support for Ukraine during the war, also providing them an update on the situation on the battlefield and their plans. For the most part, there was a strong sense of support from the Senate.
American support for Ukraine is not charity. It's an investment in our own direct interests.
Michigan Senator Debbie Stabenow on social media says in part, America must continue to stand with Ukraine. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman says in part, meeting with Zelensky only affirms my 1,000% support for Ukraine.
Mr. Zelensky said, if we don't get the aid, we will lose the war. That's a quote from him.
Over in the House, the reception wasn't as warm. Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy declined a forum for Zelensky to address members of the House, only meeting with him in private, away from the press. This comes at a time when members of his own party in the House are fighting over federal spending. McCarthy is dealing with a growing House Republican resistance to continue aiding Ukraine.
These are hardworking taxpayer dollars. I want to make sure there's accountability where the resources are going. I want to see a plan of what we're looking for victory, and I think members will sit and have their questions as well.
We also hear that the House is considering taking out additional aid for Ukraine out of these spending bills, just so that they can get some of those Republican members to move forward with these spending bills. But Sarah, this is not set in stone just yet. Sarah, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you very much. We're going to take a break and be back after this.
Someday your son's going to test you. It's going to force you to make a decision.
Stand with his people. Now we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but your hair shavings fly everywhere, and she hates that mess. It's impossible to clean up. Introducing Vacuum Trim by Bell & Howell. The total body electric shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up at the same time. VacuTrim has 20 precise trim length settings built in, so you just dial and trim, groom, shape and edge without any messy whiskers in the sink. VacuTrim's ultra-sharp stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures all the trimmed hair. VacuTrim's vacuum action is so powerful, just watch how it cleans up all this hair. Don't fumble with attachments. Snap on the guide to shape your beard, edge sideburns, or remove the guide to tame unwanted body hair. Get your VacuTrim for only $39.95, and we'll even ship it to you free. Order now.
Call 1-800-526-0543. That's 1-800-526-0543, or go to vacutrim.com.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King.
I'm Tony DeCopel.
And I'm Nate Burleson.
This is us. We're all here to wake up your mornings to help make sense of the latest overnight developments.
What you can expect from your day before you head out the door. You'll also hear directly from the biggest newsmakers in America.
And you'll see the best group of journalists in the business with exclusive reporting and breaking overnight news.
That's a lot. Watch CBS Mornings right here on your new CBS affiliate in the Upper Peninsula. That's WZMQ 19.
That does it for now. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central. Have a good evening.